Hello, Discrete Gang. Today we'll start Chapter 2. We're only going to do 2 sections, but these 2 sections are going to be broken down into a couple different lessons, and I don't know how many videos, so here we go. First of all, we're going to talk about weighted voting systems, okay? So Section 2.1 is an intro to the weighted voting systems, and this section, there's just a whole lot of vocabulary, so be patient, bear with me. By the end of this lesson, you want to be able to identify and interpret weighted voting systems and identify a range of values for a quota. All right, a couple things. First of all, we have the players. And the players are the voters in a weighted voting system, and we use the letter capital P. The weights. Each player controls a certain number of votes, and the number of votes they control we call the weight. The quota is the minimum number of votes needed to pass a motion. Now, realize most of these motions are going to be yes, no. So, yes, I agree, no, I do not. The quota is denoted with a Q. And then here's the notation. What we do is we use these square brackets, and then the first number in the brackets is the quota. And then for each player, these are the different weights. So, player 1 has a W sub 1, player 2, W sub 2, and so on and so forth. A dictator is the player when we have a player whose weight is bigger than or equal to the quota. So consider this weighted voting system. Notice here in this weighted voting system, my quota is 11. Okay, that's my quota. Player 1 has a weight of 12, which means whatever this player 1 says, goes. If he says yes, then the vote passes. If he says no, then the vote fails. So we call this, since there are only 11 votes needed to pass, and player 1 owns enough to carry that motion, we call that a dictator situation. All right, our first example. 4 partners decide to go and start a new business. In order to raise the $200,000 needed, they issue 20 shares worth 10 grand each. Suppose player 1 buys 8 shares, player 2 buys 7, player 3 buys 3, and player 4 buys 2. With the agreement that 1 share equals 1 vote. Now that's going to be kind of important here. 1 share equals 1 vote in the partnership. Suppose the quota is set to be 2/3, so the quota here is 2/3 the total number of votes. So the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what is the total votes. And the total votes, we just add up all the votes. So player 1 had 8, player 2 had 7, player 3 has 3, and player 4 has 2. We add up all those votes and we get a total of 20 votes. Okay, now we've got to figure out our quota. Well, the quota, we're told, is defined as 2/3 the total votes, and the total votes is 20. So the quota is 2/3 of 20. When we multiply this out, we get 40 over 3, and that is 13.3 for a quota. But we can't have 1/3 of a vote, so what we always do, we always round up. So my quota here is going to be 4. So you might want to make note of that we always round up. Always round up. This is really hard to write on. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to just set up our weighted voting system. We want to use that notation. So remember, we're going to use these brackets, and then not 4, that's 14, round 13.3 up to 14. So remember, the first number is the quota, so I need a total of 14 votes. And then player 1 has 8 votes. Player 2 has 7 votes. Player 3 has 3 votes. And player 4 has 2 votes. So there's our weighted voting system. Okay. Couple things to remember when we look at this. It's easy to see right here. This is the number of players. So since there are 4 entries, just looking at this, I know there are 4 players. This is the quota. This is how many votes we need to pass. And then each player has their total votes. All right. Example 2. Imagine the same partnership as in example 1, the only difference being that they set the quota at 10 votes. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We have the quota is now going to be set at 10 votes. And then we have the 8, 7, 3, and 2. 8, 7, 3, and 2. So this is what our weighted voting system will look like. Let's suppose that player 1 and player 4 vote yes. What does that mean? Well, that means that player 2 and player 3 must have voted no. Okay, what does this mean? Well, here's what it means. It means that player 1 has 8 votes. Player 4 has 2 votes. That's a total of 10 votes, right? Player 2 has 7 votes. Player 3 has 3 votes. That's a total of 10 votes. Okay, look what happened here. We have a yes that meets quota with 10 total votes, and we have a no vote that meets quota with 10 total votes. This is called anarchy. Okay, and anarchy happens when the quota is less than a simple majority. So if we have a quota that's less than a simple majority, we have the possibility of anarchy. So realize when we go back up here, if we are, anytime you are setting up a weighted voting system at the beginning, you want to really be careful with what you set your quota at, because you want to avoid certain situations, and in this situation we have anarchy and we really want to avoid that. And the way we can avoid that is to make the quota greater than the simple majority, which is the total number of votes divided by 2. Okay? If you have this, you will avoid anarchy. Okay, let's look at example 3. Same partnership as in the very first example. However, now suppose the partners decide to set the quota at 21. So here's what our weighted voting system looks like. We have a quota of 21. Player 1 has 8 votes. Player 2 has 7 votes. Player 3 has 3 votes. and player 4 has 2 votes. So take a look at this. Notice if everybody, let's suppose everyone votes yes. Everybody. So we got an 8 plus a 7 plus 3 votes plus 2 votes. That adds to 20 total votes. Everybody voted yes. Notice this motion still will not pass. And the motion will never pass is because we have the quota of 21 set greater than the total number of votes. When this happens, we call this gridlock. Okay, we call this gridlock. No motion will ever pass. Okay, so that leads us to a range of values necessary. The last example, example 2, and this example, example 3, lead us to a range of values necessary for the quota. So we're going to have a range of values here. And here's what the range of values are. So notice the quota has to lie right between a simple majority, and it also has to be less than or equal to the total number of votes. So this gives us a good range of values for the quota. So you might want to put a little star next to this because this is really important. Okay, when you're setting up a weighted voting system, make sure that your quota falls within this range. If it's less than a simple majority, you can have anarchy. And if it's greater than the total number of votes, you can have gridlock.